One of the strongest Viking characters in Crusader Kings 3 happens to be a woman. And even more interesting than that, she's also not Asa true. Today, we'll be playing as Chiefess Auðr the Deep-Minded of Westerland, a Catholic Norse woman that has the ability to conquer any Christian kingdom at the start of the game in 867 with the help of her favorite friend, the Pope. We're going to take this pious, blonde, Icelandic baddie and use the Pope as our puppet to claim any single kingdom in the Christian world. And if you're wondering where you can find this character, she is here, up in Iceland. Chiefess Auðr the Deep-Minded. People talk of her weighty thoughts and deep opinions. She prefers to sit and think. Well, we won't be sitting and thinking for very long, because we are going to Europe. Now there's actually two ways for Chiefess Auðr to get hold of a kingdom-level claim. And the first one, that's sucking up to the Pope. Pope Nicolaus absolutely adores us on the fact that we are astute intellectuals and also a woman. That means that we have the ability to seduce him. Except there's just one small problem. Pope Nicholas is gay. Oh no. Well, Pope Nicholas won't be the Pope forever. What we're looking for here is the ability to request a claim on any kingdom. Now, the more sinful the ruler is, like King Charles being deceitful, the less the Pope likes him, and the more he's willing to give us the title. Now, the second option we have, if we don't even want to talk with the Pope at all, is sanction loopholes. This gives us the ability to buy claims with the help of piety. Then we need a husband. Now remember, it has to be matrilinear. Otherwise, the Flatnefer house, well, it doesn't end because we're not its only member, but it certainly doesn't carry on with our bloodline. We're going to marry none other than Flanagan MacConaughey of House Neil. He's going to give us about 1,000 troops in an alliance, but he also has decent stats, so he'll bolster us in that way. We also need to marry away our heir, Thorstein the Red, known for his fire-red hair. Are you sure? That doesn't look very red to me. There you go, fixed it. Oh god, that's gonna trigger me so badly. We'll use our sons to get strong alliances by wedding them off to Irish lords, or rather the children of said Irish lords. So, right at the very start, we want to start moving south, and a good way to do so is to conquer a bit of Irish land. So, we'll go for Leinster. And as we happen to be both Norse and tribal, we actually have the ability to raid as a Catholic. I'm telling you, Chiefess Auðr is the girl boss of Crusader Kings. Matilda of Tuscany, throw yourself against the wall. No, wait, that sounded too... throw yourself out the door. There we go. This is the new queen of Crusader Kings. We'll go for Chieftain Q Kongolef Mac Ailil of Bruga. That's not too long of a name, but luckily, not too much of land. Raise the lads with the lass. And let's take their stuff. And to ensure that it goes very smoothly, we'll send in our ally, who lives literally on the same island. Very good. We also start with a lot of prestige, and that prestige can be used to create a lot of troops. We need the Varangian veterans. They're very expensive and can only have one of them, but if we max this out, we can literally beat any army in the game. And make sure to station them in your capital of Reykjavik. That gives you a nice bonus to the troops. Now let's go! For the Norse people and the Christian faith! Quite the mess of a mix. Very good! Now we simply siege him out, and just like that, we have won the war for Desmond. Very good! We can now reach Francia. Very nice! But if we want to control more of Europe, say controlling the state of Italy, that puts us very nice to the Pope, and also in control of Matilda's land in Tuscany, for that true outgirl bossing. What we're going to need is an additional springboard to get a little bit closer, and Lyon happens to be perfect for that. Count Olafur, who I usually refer to as Discount Jarl Hastin, because just like our favorite Jarl, he lives adjacent to Brittany, like a little Viking tumor, but he doesn't have the same clout as Hastin does. So, we're going to absolutely beat the snot out of him. And this time, we can raise our troops from Westerland and call in more of our Irish soy boys as our allies. See, they're very eager to just jump in there. Let's go! Land conquered! Enforce demands. Very good. You're crying now, aren't you, Olaf af Brest? This man had his head ripped off by Rögnvalder. That's my champion. Very good. Hey, buddy, in this household, we're Catholic, okay? Thank you. We are allowed to raise runestones, and you should, because this gives you not only legitimacy and prestige, but also piety. Legitimacy is always good. Prestige, that's more troops. And piety, that's how we get closer to God. And also how we buy claims. Very good. Now we can reach West Francia, as well as Italy and East Francia. Now the kingdom I'm looking to acquire is either East Francia, which is a whole lot of land, or Italy. So now we just need more piety and more learning lifestyle. And a good way to acquire that would be to go on a pilgrimage. But we can't afford one. And usually, you're just gonna have to sit and wait until you get money. But Chiefess Auðr is a goddamn Viking. So, we'll raise our lads with the intent to capture people, and we'll take an army of about 2,000 Vikings and go raiding. Now, we're raiding for captives, go for capitals. Usually, Irish territories are very weak for this, but they're very close to home, so why not? And now, we got enough learning lifestyle to pick up on the job. This will increase our stats by 20% of that of our counselors. And because we have no vassals, we can stack our council with the strongest possible characters. And a good way to do that is through women. Now, female courtiers can be used to honeypot other characters to come to your court. So let's say that I want a really good chancellor. I just search by diplomacy and have her marry John, making sure it's a matrilinear marriage. That means John comes to my court, and because we have no vassals, I can appoint him to be my chancellor. Very good. Now keep raiding, and then simply deliver the raided goods at home. Very good. Now we take this money to go on a pilgrimage. And we want to go to the Vatican. Now on the way there, we're going to pick up as many of these great sites as possible. We're looking for those that give us extra learning lifestyle. Very cool. Let us travel. This will also give us the most events as we travel, which increases the piousness of my pilgrimage. And now we picked up sanctioned loopholes. Super powerful and very useful. All we need now is more piety. And would you look at this? By giving this wretched pauper way too much money, I literally give him my shoes. It's gonna stress me out, but I stop being arrogant and become compassionate, which is a virtue. You're trying to stack up as many virtues as possible, because the Pope loves a virtuous woman. We have now arrived in Rome, and as you can see, my piousness is level 4, which will increase the reward of piety. We also pick up Scholar, very powerful. Rome, it's been an honor. I also get 2,000 piety, very good. I can now do things like asking the Pope for gold, but I want something better. I want claims. Now I can just buy a claim without the jurisdiction of the Pope. That gives me an unpressed claim on the Kingdom of East Francia. I can also request one, but to be able to do that, I need to be more virtuous than he is. So to do that, I either need the Pope in my pocket, or preferably in my bedroom. Alternatively, I just have to be more liked by him than he is by the other guy. The Carlings are all allied to each other, so we gotta be careful of those. But I think it would be a good idea to get a claim on Italy. It just feels like a holy kingdom. So I'll buy a claim on the Kingdom of Italy. Very good. Now here's the cool part. You can buy claims on more kingdoms than just one, and you keep them. They are unpressed, meaning they are not inherited, but they're still very powerful. So let's get one for East Francia as well. A full claim on a full kingdom. Ain't that neat? I can just conquer it. Now, how are we gonna win against them? Well, that's pretty easy. We are a tribal, meaning we get prestige and turn that into troops. But first, let's travel back home from the pilgrimage. Very good! I'll seduce my husband to increase the chance I get pregnant, which is a hilarious thing to say as a man. And now, I'll use some of the piety to gain an extra bit of gold. I will max out our prestige by buying as many of these soldiers as we possibly can. Already quite the sizable army. But now, I need to build a war chest. I can then use this war chest to buy mercenaries to claim kingdoms. And the best way to get a lot of money? That's right, we go raiding. For God. Now we want to hit the big ticket items first, like Venice. That's 100 gold from just one raid. And would you look at that? My husband has managed to make me pregnant. I thought I had protection, but I guess chainmail doesn't stop people from getting pregnant. And remember, we want as much gold as possible, so whenever you get a silly little guy like this captured, you ransom him back. This gold will be turned into mercenaries, which will be turned into dead Italians. And we can actually check his defenses by attacking him preemptively through a raid. This will not only weaken him, but also give me gold. Get out of here! I am Auðr the Deep-Minded, the female embodiment of Odin! Yes, I'm wounded, but goddammit, I need a doctor. Signy will do great. And now I'm severely injured. I'm not gonna let that stop me. I'm gonna fight anyone. Get out of here! No one's gonna stand in the way of my soldiers and my loot! Now we'll break the betrothal here. As our son Carl, he deserves a better wife. Now when we're fighting like this, we're actually earning a nice bit of prestige. So we might be losing troops temporarily, but we're gaining troops in the long run. Now however, we don't want to spend too much time here, because this might happen. That's not even the Italian army. That's the Italian revolt. And he's about to absolutely wreck my army. Well, that's my loot. Either way, we got more money than we need from these glorious ransoms. Now with this gold, we're going to create the Duchy of Iceland. This will give us 1 more man-at-arms, which is well needed. We can't get Varangian veterans as we can only have 1 per character. So we need to look at what troops they have. And it seems that they're using a lot of light horsemen. Our Bundi is already countering those. So the next best heavy hitters is gonna be the Huskarls. Now let's arrange for 1 more pilgrimage. And this time I guess we can go to Santiago. But we're going to take a rather interesting route. I want to travel through all of these small holdings here, which will give me a bunch of martial lifestyle. It will let me declare wars for way less. Very good! Now by visiting all the pieces of Hadrian's Wall and allying Karl Auðrson to none other than King Alfonso, who we are traveling to, we all of a sudden have a large army and the martial skill to be able to declare wars. But alas, age is starting to claim Jarl Auðr. So, we need to be quick about this if we want to set up a succession for our young ones. But we have gained another dynasty legacy. Very good. We'll go with desirable match, because with this, we'll be able to get even stronger alliances. And considering I'm pregnant at the age of 45, hopefully we can get a baby that we can then wed off to someone and get way more troops. And remember, runestones equal more piety, so keep on raising those. And we now have enough piety to get 1 more kingdom claimed. The Pope won't give it to us, but what the Pope won't give, we'll claim on our own. That gives us 3 Carling kingdoms to claim. But with my eyesight going, if I ever want to see Italy, or at least feel it, I'm gonna have to go now. Let me just pop this kid out. A daughter! Very good! It's little Joan Auðr. And with Joan, we can ally none other than goddamn Jarl Hastin, who's going to help us with this glorious little conquest. So now is our chance. We'll go for Italy first and foremost. There seems to be a bit of a civil war going on, as well as a war against the tyranny of this king. So the Carlings are absolutely collapsing, and that's when it's the best to sweep in and just take your stuff. Using our claim on Italy, we're gonna go. We'll call in Hastin, as well as the Asturians, as well as the Irishmen. Let's go! For Odin! Wait, sorry, wrong god. For Jesus! I'm going to try to sail right up the river. I'll go for Monaco. It's not well defended enough, and we'll get help from our Irish allies. But we have to be swift in our conquest, and we need to move towards the capital. Offer peace? Nobody! I'm taking all your land! Glorious! Now avoid Genoa at all cost. I'd rather take the attrition to avoid it. Now siege! Where is Hastin? Hastin! Get over here! Oh, Hastin the frail old man, pulling up with his troops. Glorious! Now revolts like these are actually very good, and you can take them to your advantage, because they soften up territory that you're trying to siege out. Now keep on conquering, lads! We got this! Now you might have noticed that I'm going down theologian, and there's a very good reason for that. If I can, before I die and conquer enough land, I would like to reform the Catholic faith with Jarl Auðr at its very helm. Now we go to these softened up territories and start sieging the capital. Go! Siege! Hey! Now if only my allies could spread out and siege a bit better, that'd be really nice. But we've spotted their armies, so we'll take our allies and try to beat them in a battle. Especially with our allies helping, this is bound to be easy. And with 1 swift siege, we have conquered Italy. Very good! From a 1-county chiefess to the Queen of Italy in less than 20 years. And that's with me setting up for, well, a bit more conquest. You see, if I were to try to buy a claim on Francia, I would not be able to, as I already have a kingdom. But that doesn't remove the already existing claims I have. Now using our money, we're going to create a few titles. This is going to offset the prestige loss we took, which is what's fueling our armies. And we have quite a few ransoms that will pay for even more creations, which is very good. Now with a few duchies created, we now have enough prestige to declare war. And these duchies are also perfect to give away, as we don't control the territory here just now. Now we go for the second kingdom, Lotharingia. We still have the claims, and we have more soldiers than ever. We call in Hastin and the Irishmen, raised armies, and through sheer blind luck, managed to ambush the very armies of Lotharingia themselves in the Alps. Glorious! Take them out! Haha! I am still a Viking, you know. Well, Hastings getting beat up over there, but we will push onwards where we're at, and we'll fight them here in the Alps. Now, as long as he doesn't actually get the territory before I get there, this will be considered as a defense, not an attack. As you can see, we are defending in a mountain, which means they melt. They melt like butter. What? My husband was killed? There's rebels in Iceland. Well, a bit of a blessing in disguise that lets me marry someone, which might give me a better alliance. Though I'm a bit old for that. Instead, I'll marry my champion, I guess. It's better than nothing. Could you stop doing what you're doing, you rebels? You scum? Thank you. And from one rebel scum to another, it's time to quell the revolt in Italy. The lovers-pocked rakish Duke Louis, who I took Italy from, he wants another chance to tango. We'll give it to him. Revolt is priority number 1. They're easy to quell if we can get them separated. It's time to divide and conquer. But King Charles is trying to bang me? Okay, I'm stealing land from your dynasty, but I guess the oldest of the bunch, he doesn't care. He just wants the Auðr. This revolt, they have brought in the Scotsmen to fight against us. This is brutal. But we have Jarl Hastings, so we're gonna go for it. Dividing and conquering as we go. Come on! Face me! I will simply win this siege, as we're keeping a good eye on the war against Lotharingia, not letting that slip too much. Come on, siege faster! Just a bit more. Glorious! How can you be so fast? Die, you Italian crumb lords! Come on, let's beat them up! Oh, we've almost won the war. Though we need to be quick to take something from the Lotharingians, lest the war turns in their favor. But I've become a theologian. Nice! I actually have a great reason to do that. Now swiftly take Argau, as we have minus 86 war score from held objectives. That means that if we just take this, he dumps 89% war score right away, turning the war in our favor. Good. Should give us enough time to beat up the revolt and make it back in time for breakfast to kill the Lotharingians. Come on! We'll battle you in Genoa. Henry? Henry of Skalitz? What are you doing here? Henry, our hero Henry, he's fighting against Auðr the Deep-Minded. What? Take your forces and get out of here. Okay, if I'm swift to attack the Scotsmen here and unsiege what they've taken, if only we could get some mercenaries, but no one is willing to join. Who's this? Osmund Eyfalson. Nah, buddy, I don't want you. You suck. I want an actual mercenary company. Wait, Karl Auðrson is marrying Infanta Aldonza. That's a great alliance! And we could marry this woman off, Jón Ásdóttir, my heir, but sure, we'll get an alliance and we need it, because we need to conquer this and we can deal with the aftermath later. New, fresh alliances. New, fresh soldiers. This is what we need. More men for the meat grinder front. Talking about grinding meat. What are you doing there, King Charles, huh? We won! We won the independence war! Let's go! Enforce demands. That is literally all of the Italians. Now, sadly, I can't revoke titles because I'm a silly little tribal queen. But what I can do is ransom them off for a ridiculous amount of money and use that money to gain their love. Not a bad idea. I get the County of Siena? Sure. And are we winning? We're winning! Conquer them back! Drive them out! Hey, could you stop hating me? Is it because I'm below legitimacy level I forgot to crown myself? It doesn't matter. We're just here to conquer for God. Norse Joan of Arc goes so goddamn hard. You can't deny that. Now we just have to quickly conquer back the land we've lost here, and that should be the war won. But my bones are starting to ache. Not good. It's good that someone else is doing the fighting and not me. Although I still technically could do the fighting. But Queen Auðr, she's getting up there in age. Oh, we're getting older. And our heir, Joan, literally Joan, has grown up. We break the betrothal. Because this one needs to have a matrilinear marriage. To this guy, I guess. What kind of goblin is that? God damn it. We need to fix our health. So, we'll reset our perks. And we'll go all in for health. It's a bit too late to negate the negative health. But it's not too late to be alive. Our health is now good, despite our bones being absolutely cracked. Talking about cracking, what happened to... Oh, he died. He died before he could get to me. Oh well. Now come here, you Lotharingian dog. Let me fight you. Hurrah! And now I'm blind. God damn it. Let me just have my goddamn kingdom. Here we go. Glorious reconquering. He's gonna save the lands from this territory while my mercenaries protect the north. Glorious! Let's undo the mistake of the Carlings. The Carlings themselves are the mistake. There's nothing else to undo. Now die! Quickly, quickly, quickly! Now conquer! An alliance with... Absolutely! Hayastan! Hey buddy, you don't know what you just recruited yourself into. A war! Come on, Norse Joan of Arc. I might be blind, but that's just like Odin. Odin was blind too, on one eye. Because it wasn't there. Aha! Oh, I need to de-stress. Right thought down. Thank you. Whew. I can't die. Keep living. We have to live so we can become Jesus. But female. Kill! The Asturians got a war of their own. Oh! We captured him! Let's go! Lotharingia is ours! But we're not done there. Yes, I might be overextending so awfully here, but I have a plan. Take East Francia! Fame be damned! We do not need fame. We need God! God will see us through. Where are my alliances? Where are they? Come over, please. What on earth is going on here? Who are these fish guys? And why are they beating up my enemy? Thank you! Wow! You saved me, random fish lord! Come on! Siege harder! We got this! Oh, my mind's going! My mind is going, but I'm not done! There's still me in there! I have to do this for Joan! Rip them out of their castles! Steal their land! Yes! It worked! East Francia is mine! Huzzah! Queen Auðr the Deep-Minded of Italy has claimed so much land. In 33 years, a 2-county chiefess in Westerland and Söderland of Iceland to conquering most of the Carling lands. I think that deserves a runestone. Now, there's only one thing left to be done. You see, Queen Auðr the Deep-Minded did all of this without the approval of the Pope, because she has a better plan. A plan for Joan Auðrsdóttir of House Flatneffer. Her daughter and heir. We will reform the Catholic faith to something greater. We will usurp the kingdom of Romagna from the Pope, as we will create a new faith. A faith with Auðr and her kin Joan as the Pope, or rather Popess, with an equal view on gender in the laws of man and God. This is Authrianity, a new, equal faith. Create the faith. We need to hold a holy site. I must do it. I must take Pope Callistus' holy site from him. It must be done. God wills it. Here's Vult. The Pope. I will ask everyone. Everyone will convert. If it so takes 1,000 hooks given out. Everyone will believe in our new faith. Everyone. The most glorious faith there ever was. Authrianity. A true, selfless hero of God. No amount of hooks given out will lower her resolve. Authrianity has spread. Look at us. We have a holy site. We didn't need to fight the Pope. Pope Auðr the Deep-Minded. Let's go. Auðr declared Pope. Huzzah! Female Norse Pope. Now hold against the Pope. It's him. It's the husband of my granddaughter. He's gonna save the day. Let's go. Break Rome. Push. We must conquer Rome before Rome conquers us! Go! I do not care how much of our lands fall to enemy hands. They will praise Auðr, be it in life or in death, in faith or in rulership, and the Pope shall have her Rome. Come on, just a little bit more! Come on! Take the Pope! We took the Pope! Let's go! Latium is ours! Steal his duchy. Wait. What? If I surrender to the Dissolution War, will it all go back to normal except I'm the Pope in Rome? I'm willing to try it. I must surrender. The Austrian papacy! It worked! Look! It worked! The Austrian papacy! I rule Rome! No freaking way! Well, I guess there's only one thing to do. Consulamentum! Initiate Endura! Pope Auðr of the Austrian papacy has passed on, known in the life as the Deep-Minded. She passed on willingly. Pope Joanna sends the throne, a generous heart. Many hope that she will lead good to the land. And that we will, because we rule. Holy moly, look at this! Pope Joanna Auðr's daughter of Authrianity, a faith that rules 2 holy sites. Holy moly! I think that's worthy of raising a runestone for. This time in Tivoli. One day I will be like you, Mom. Glorious! And that, my friends, is going to have to be the end of the most likely craziest deep-minded playthrough I have ever done. Holy moly. We went from a Norse chiefess with only 2 pieces of land to becoming Pope of the Austrian papacy in Rome. Leader of a new Christian cult that's praised all over the land by 185 different dukes, counts, lords, and ladies. Hope you liked this video. If you did, leave a like, consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys in the next one. There are so many silly characters like this one, and I'm just excited that I keep discovering more and more. Talking about more, you can find another video right here on screen. Holy moly. Now, it's not another girl boss, but it's truly a great Crusader Kings video. I'll see you in that one. Okay, bye!